Welcome back, fam. Let's put this in the ether right now, alright? Most modern women today, most modern, if not the majority of them, right? They're leftists. Sure, there are some women out there who are conservative from that point of view, but the majority of women out there are leftists, right? You do not negotiate with terrorists, right? These are the people right now that's destroying the country, that made everything in this world so unbearable to live in, especially for men, right? These people, right? When you look at leftists, what are they? They're mainly women. Mainly women sprinkling on with some beta male cucks in there, right? And they're basically destroying how the society works right now. And you know what you do? You do not negotiate with terrorists. That's what they're doing. They're destroying the world right now. These people mind have been subverted, right? Once a mind has been subverted, there's no way to change it. There's no way of arguing with the left, right? Which means there's no way of arguing with women. That's why I tell guys out there, you cannot, once a person's mind is subverted, you cannot negotiate with them. You cannot persuade them to do anything. And that's going according with most women out there. Why do you think most women out there, when you try to negotiate with them, they don't listen to you? They refuse to listen to you. They refuse to listen to a man. They're combative. They want to argue with you, right? Well, you cannot persuade a person who try to argue with you, right? When was the last time somebody's arguing with you and they suddenly have an epiphany and switch their mind? That never usually happens. Right? Every woman I see who are left, I cannot persuade them. I just don't. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time trying to persuade them. You got to show them their fault, right? Show them the fault or let them destroy themselves, right? Modern women is not worth changing. You cannot change them. When they're set in their ways, they're set in their ways. Why do you think there's no way saving the 304s? If they're 304s, there's no way of saving them, right? If they're a hot mess, there's no way of saving them. They're ingrained in their ideology. Once a person, it's an ideological war right now, right? A woman have their ideological right now, right? They're ingrained. That's why there's no successful cases of persuading a woman to change her ways. She will never change her ways. I keep telling guys this: a woman will not change her ways because she's been brainwashed this whole time, right? Why do you think a lot of women out there are supporting causes that doesn't make sense? They're supporting feminism. Feminism is is a leftist principle, right? That's what it is. It's come from leftist background. And most feminists out there, and if a conservative woman said she's some type of a feminist, then she's a leftist, man. I'm telling you, if you're a leftist or you're not. If you're a feminist or not, that's it. That's what it is. If she's some way, some form support feminism or say she's a feminist, she's automatically a leftist, right? Even though she says she have conservative point of view, but she's identified as a feminist, then you're a leftist. There's no way of changing it. That means she won't support a man. She refuses to listen to a man. She won't listen to logical reasonings, right? Right? She's a liar. That's what all these leftists do. That's all they do is lie to you. They have no moral principle. They have no moral backgrounds, right? They have no common sense or dignity. They're doing all these perversions out there, right? These leftists are the reason why the society is perverted. These leftists are the only group of people that advocate promiscuity, that advocate is a good thing for women to sleep around, that advocate is a good thing to abort their child, that advocate all these bad things, and you cannot change their minds, right? They cannot be negotiated. They have to be left alone and destroy themselves, right? That's how Rome fell. The reason why Rome fell, right? Because people have this war that they're going through. They feel entitled. They're too good for anything else. They don't want to fight. It's a bunch of weak men that's in the whole country, empire. Right? So they have to hire excess warriors, and they realize they can't bargain with them, so they have to give them land. I could go into deep details about how the Roman Empire built. It's too broad, but mainly it's because it's infiltrated by this leftist ideology, and that's why it fell. Right? That's why the barbarians knock on the door and realize the kings have no clothes. They knock on doors. That's why the United States is going through right now. Every empire doesn't have a moment of failure. Right? If you let this leftist conquer, they will destroy everything. They will destroy the institution, destroy the hospital, destroy healthcare, right? Destroy civilizations, destroy the family. That's where it all came from. The idea of destroying the nuclear family, the idea of taking the man out of the household, the idea of saying mans are bad, right? It comes from leftist ideology, right? The idea of feminism, it came from leftist ideology. Feminism was founded by a leftist, by these Democrats, by all these things, right? Right? Clearly, I demonstrate that I don't favor the leftists, right? And I don't agree with the Republicans as well, right? I have my bias against all politicians, but the one is destroying right now, the one that's doing all these heinous things to men, disregarding men, that destroying the marriage law, give guys a disadvantage in life, is totally the leftist problem. This is the leftist doing, right? So when you encounter these women out there, most of them are leftists. I do not engage with them, right? They do not. When you let them listen to their own arguments, you can see it's all flawed. A woman's own argument is all flawed, right? Because they believe that there's this superiority complex that they think they have, which when you listen to them closely, it all have all kind of loopholes, contradicting beliefs, right? Everything that they're saying is very contradictory to what they're trying to preach, right? They say they don't need no man. Tell a woman they don't need no man. She's able to fend for herself. In actuality, women are failing right now. Women are basically failing, right? And men are waking up. They're not engaging in women. They're not engaging in romanticizing with women. They're not engaging in asking the woman out, and they have to suffer. In order for these people to learn, right? In order for people that's brainwashed to learn, the only way for them to learn is by suffering, right? They have to suffer in order for them to learn. Right? And this is what men have to do. They need to stop participating in the system and let them suffer and let them realize how bad it is to be lonely. And when they realize how bad it is to be lonely, they're going to realize that how much they need a man in their life. Right now, they're not at that point yet. Right? Right now, they're in the beginning stage of suffering. They're living through the Bidenomics right now. Right? Bidenomics is not conducive to a successful, prosperous country. People are having a hard time to put food on the table, to take care of the family, especially the women. I think the men is doing fine, right? Most men are doing fine. It's just the women having a difficult time to deal with this, especially the single women. The single women with the leftist ideology, they're doing badly. They have to take care, pay rent, pay the car notes, take care of the child. Now to see what it's like to be strong and independent, to be by themselves, right? When what the logical thing to do to get through a hard time is to have a structural support family. Most of these leftist women don't have no family, right? They have no one to turn to. Most of them are those 304s. They got no family to go to. That's the reason why the 304s. Most of the family disowned them, right? They don't want to deal with these kind of combative people, right? They've been brainwashed by this leftist ideology. Most time, I'm telling you. Right? If you meet a 304, she's gonna have leftist ideology. She's gonna be supporting the Democrats, right? She's liberal, right? That's what they are. They're shit. Excuse my language. That's what they are. These leftist people are basically piece of trash, right? And what do you do with piece of trash? You don't negotiate with piece of trash at all, right? You don't negotiate with terrorists, and these are the people that are terrorizing men right now, right? These leftist women. They're terrorists, and you do not negotiate with terrorists. That's what you do. You let them rot on their own. That's what I say. Let them rot. All right. Once you meet a woman, there's no point of arguing with them. If you meet a woman and she says all the things that you don't agree with, don't try to argue with her. Walk the other way. Walk the opposite direction. Let them fall on their face. Let them suffer. That's the only way to do it. You let these people suffer. Right? That's the best way for them to learn. Right? So it's just a waste of your breath. Asking this girl out, right? Asking this girl out, try to be romanticizing, try to have hope. There's no hope for these people no more, man. There's no hope. Right? Not even Jesus could save them right now. Alright? Sometimes Jesus had to put on the flood to get rid of all these people. Why do you think Sodom and Gomorrah happened? Because Jesus or God realized that there's no point of saving them. Sometimes there's no point of saving people. Right? That's why they have to cleanse it with a flood. They have to cleanse Sodom and Gomorrah with a fire and all this stuff, right? And God even noticed that too. At some point, people are not worth saving. And that goes for these leftists. These leftists are not worth saving at all. Right? You just let them rot. Let them rot or being destroyed. I'm not in favor of what? I'm not endorsing killing, but sometimes you gotta let these people alone. Let them struggle on themselves. Right? And that's what you see how about Christianity, right? They think they have to save other people. Okay, at some point, God said that. I mean, at some point, even God realized that some of these people are not worth savings. All right. At some point, don't catch your pearl before swine. All right. Sometimes these people are not worth savings. All right, and that's the leftists. Right? They'll try to kill you. They try to kill your lineage. Right? They try to kill your baby. Right? They promote depopulation. They promote all these ungodly agendas, right? They're promoting promiscuity, promoting debaucherous activity, right? As a rational men, and especially high value men as well, we men know that these stuff that they're promoting are not conducive, are not benefiting to us at all. So why do we want to be a part of it? I don't want to be a part of it, right? I don't want to date these people. If I try to date these people, I know the consequences. It's going to lead to a terrible relationship. It's going to lead to awful marriages, right? It's going to lead to all these bad things. We cannot function together. We cannot coexist together with these leftists. You let these leftists rot. They're garbage, right? Their ideological is garbage. Their thinking is garbage. Their policy is garbage. It's trash. The economy is garbage, right? Gas is $5 right now, right? In California. It might be going higher than that by the time you see this video, right? It's ridiculous what we're going through right now, right? But this women, compared to men, I think women are having worse time, especially this leftist women, right? If women want to come to the senses, they'll be all right. They'll be taken care of by the men. But no, they don't want to come to their senses. They want to suffer. Right? They want to believe all these magicals and fairy tale, not living in reality, not realizing this is real life. Right? They want to believe most, because all their life is a big fantasy. They're children in a grown person's body, basically. Right? These leftist women. They berate around, complain. All they do is complain and protest. Well, that does not work. Right? That's all they do is complain and protest. Try to fight equality, then when they get equality, it backfires in their face. Right? But I digress, right? The point is, most modern women right now are liberals. You got to assume that, right? You got to assume that until she proves you otherwise. Besides that, just leave them on the ground. You don't deal with garbage, right? Let garbage rot. But on that note, guys, let me know if you agree. Do you agree most modern women today are liberals, right? Do you think the policies are crap? Do you think they're not worthy of savings, right? Let me know if you agree. Leave a comment below. If you agree with me, if you want to support me, I drop videos daily. You can like, share, subscribe. And on that note, guys, as always, thank you for watching. I know your time is very valuable. And on that note, peace and blessings.